Well, shoot, you caught me. Here I am on the side of 15 at Ram, sitting in the deep grass. I almost missed my tee shot. Now here we are on this par 4 dogleg left, where if I hit the drive at all, I have a short iron left. But now I've got 250 yards uphill with the wind in my face from a grassy lie, and this will test me in 2 ways. Number 1, my sound judgment. Will I do the right thing at the right time here? And number 2, the execution of the shot. And so let's talk about it. As it relates to judgment, I've got to accept right now that getting on that green is not something that should be a matter of course. It's too far. You know, and just simply being unwilling to accept the mistake I made and try to get myself out of trouble in one mighty swing is often what's responsible for having that 1-8 on your scorecard every 9 holes you play. Because I just couldn't take my medicine. I wanted to do more that could be done easily. I'm going to use an 8-iron here instead, because an 8-iron out of this, it might even jump pretty well. I might still get nearly as much distance out of this 8-iron as I would out of the rough, because with a short iron, you can sometimes expect it to fly a little bit, provided it's not too deep, which this is not, but it's too deep to go hunting at it with a 3-wood. The second thing has to do with executing the shot, and that is setting up properly to make this grassy lie not so troublesome. Here's what we're going to do. First thing when you have a grassy lie here, and as I say I have an 8-iron, is you want to play the ball farther back in your stance. And what does that do? Well, playing it farther back in your stance allows for a more descending blow into the golf ball. All right, because remember, it's these blades of grass behind it, these clumps of grass behind it that causes all the trouble. And so what I want to do is play the ball farther back so I can create a little bit more of a steeper angle into impact, and therefore reduce the number of blades of grass that I'll have to do battle with prior to impact with the golf ball. The second thing I want to do is get a little bit more weight on my front foot. And that sometimes isn't a bad thing in general for your short irons, to be a little bit left heavy. It's okay, but more so when the ball's sitting down in the grass. And number 3, I want to tilt the shaft farther left at address. I'm talking about for the right-handed player. So let's go through that again. The ball sitting down, I want to do everything I can to negate the effects of those longer blades of grass behind the golf ball, so I'm going to set the ball farther back in my stance. After that, I'm going to go ahead and put more weight on my front foot and then lean the shaft left. Take a practice swing, and this is just as important as anything else. Remember, the top of the ball is all I can see. Down below about the polar ice caps on the golf ball, I can't, it's covered by grass. And so I can't allow my focus to be just on the top of the ball. I've got to remember that I'm trying to get down to the ground. And so by taking a practice swing, I get a sense of where that ground is. You see how much ground I took out? That is what I should be ambitious to do when it's time to hit the golf ball. So I've taken my practice swing, I've got my weight left, I've got the shaft left, I've got the ball back in my stance, and then it's time to execute the shot. Now, that ball hooked a little bit. It's out there though. It went 160 yards. It's out there, but it did hook. What if I had chosen a longer club? Remember, longer clubs magnify any errors, and so not only is an 8-iron the club that's probably going to allow me to extricate myself from this lie the best, it's also the one that's not going to go so far into trouble should it be a little bit offline. All right? And so work on the good, smart decision when it comes to playing out of the rough, and I know you'll be better for it. Thanks for watching.